You're watching Bizworld. I'm Anita. Research houses have projected a weaker trade balance for Malaysia in 2022 in view of rising imports against exports. Kenanga Research expects trade surplus to be relatively narrow amid rising imports driven by strong consumption and investment activities. Likewise, the growth is still susceptible to downside risks. The firm also maintained GDP growth for the second quarter of 2022 at 7.7%, supporting the overall 2022 GDP growth forecast at 5.0% to 5.5%. Meanwhile, CGS-CIMB Research has maintained its current account surplus forecast for 2022 at 1.7% of GDP. It added that the international border reopening from April 1st and the subsequent arrival of foreign tourists could offset the weakened trade balance, given there are more inflows into the services account. The Malaysian Automotive Association, MAA, has revised its total industry volume, TIV forecast, to 630,000 units this year, higher than the earlier target of 600,000 units. Its president, Dato' Aisyah Ahmad, said this was based on the expectation of Malaysia's continued economic recovery after recording an encouraging performance in the first quarter of 2022.
The government's consistent policy support, particularly initiatives under the expansionary budget 2002, the spillover effects from budget 2021 and previous stimulus and assistance packages, our country's economy will continue to improve during the second half of the year. Coupled with a smooth transition to the endemic phase as well as the reopening of international borders, many sectors are showing signs of growth in business activities, albeit not yet reaching the pandemic level. Indicated that they will support for
the projection is also driven by the introduction of new models as well as electric vehicles at affordable prices, which help sustain buying interest. However, geopolitical tensions, escalating oil prices and inflationary concerns may dampen the country's economic growth outlook and, in turn, consumer demand. From January till June this year, the automotive industry sold 331,386 units, a 33% jump compared to the 249,178 units recorded in the corresponding period last year.
Now, who's our guest this week? He started as a consultant engineer in Australia in 1989. He received the Outstanding Property CEO Award in 2015. Above all, he has 30 years of experience in the property development industry. EcoWorld Malaysia's Datuk Chang Kim Wah speaks to Money Matters on how to stay relevant to the needs of the market. This Saturday at 5 p.m, only on TV3.
Malaysia Airlines is targeting to complete its refurbishment exercise on all its 39 Boeing 737-800 new generation aircraft by the second quarter of next year. Its Group Chief Marketing and Customer Experience Officer, Lau Yin Mei, said the aircraft, which now weighs about 1,000 kilograms lighter, will also use lesser fuel.
So with this new refurbished aircraft in a 738, we will see an 8% reduction in the fuel burn per passenger. And knowing that these 738 aircraft are our workhorses, they will be flying pretty much within domestic and ASEAN, that will contribute substantially to the sustainability initiatives that we have.
She added that the first of its newly refurbished B737-800 NG aircraft is now set to fly by month end. On reports that the national carrier is nearing a deal for Airbus SEA 330 NEOs to replace its fleet of 21 older model A330s, she said an announcement will be made on it in 2 to 3 weeks' time. The Buy Now, Pay Later BNPL scheme is set to take over traditional payment systems, including credit card, in the long run, mainly driven by the younger generation. According to Managing Director of Financial Services of Shopback, Hamish Moline, online payment traffic has been flourishing over the years, while credit card transactions are declining.
Well, I think Pay Later is a much better product than a traditional credit card. In fact, and the reason our customers love it is because it has scheduled repayments. You know, when you make a transaction, you commit to those repayments and you do it within your budget. It's not an open limit to spend on anything you like. It's only available at certain places that the things you really need and love.
BNPL activities, however, are still not regulated at the moment, pending the enactment of the Consumer Credit Act. Mullin said the Act will help BNPL companies to be more trustworthy, as well as able to gain consumers' confidence to use the platform.
3, 2, 1.
That's all the time we have for Bizworld today. I'm Anita. Thank you for watching and be well.